Welcome to the AI for Career Success podcast by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. I'm your host, Fred Jones.
And I'm Daphne Blake.
And this is episode 187. We are really tackling a massive topic today, something that feels almost civilization scale.
It really is. And I want to start with a question really for you and for everyone listening.
Okay.
If organizations right now can't handle simple things, things like email security or basic hiring software, how can they possibly be trusted to manage superintelligence?
That is the question, isn't it? It's the gap between my printer won't work and we need to stop the robot takeover.
Exactly. And that gap is where our source material lives today.
So to guide us, we're looking at a book, Governing AI, When Capability Exceeds Control. It's by Basil Puglisi.
And his whole point isn't about, stopping progress. He's not saying shut it all down.
Right.
He's arguing for something he calls systematic oversight. Basically, we need to build the muscle memory for safety now on the small things before the stakes get, existential.
Muscle memory. I like that. You start by jogging around the block before you try to run a marathon.
And right now, we're tripping over our own shoelaces. Constantly.
Okay, let's start with the alarm bell. The book kicks off with Geoffrey Hinton.
The godfather of AI, yeah.
She left Google in 2023 to speak freely about the risks. And the book quotes this, the staggering statistic from him. He thinks there's a 10 to 20% chance AI causes human extinction in the next 30 years.
10 to 20%. Think about that. If you were about to get on a plane and the pilot said there's a 1 in 5 chance we crash.
You wouldn't get on the plane. No way.
And the public is feeling this too. The book cites Pew Research data. Something like 50% of Americans are more concerned than they are excited about AI now.
So this is where the author, Puglisi, introduces this core idea. He calls it temporal inseparability. It sounds complicated, but what is it?
It's actually a very simple, very powerful idea. It just means you can't separate today's failures from tomorrow's disasters. They're the same problem, just at a different scale.
So if you fail at the small stuff,
you are demonstrating that you will absolutely fail at the big stuff. He uses the example of AI detection systems having a 25% error rate. If we can't fix that, we can't fix civilization-scale problems. We're failing the test right now.
And the book gets into why we're failing. It's about the incentives, isn't it?
It's always the incentives. Speed and profit over safety. And it's so concentrated. You have 80% of the compute power controlled by just a handful of firms.
All located near San Francisco or Seattle.
Which creates this huge cultural bias in the data. He calls it weird, Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic.
Let's talk about how this failure shows up in the real world. Beyond bias. The book talks about this authentication crisis, the story about the finance worker in Hong Kong. That was wild.
The $25 million video call? Yeah. That's a perfect example.
Walk us through it.
So this finance worker gets an email from his CFO about a secret transaction. He's a little suspicious, so to be safe, he gets on a video call.
Okay, sounds reasonable.
And he sees the CFO, he sees his colleagues, they all talk it through, looks totally legitimate. So he makes the transfer, $25 million.
Yeah, it was a scam.
It was all a scam. Everyone on that call, except for him, was a real-time deepfake. The CFO, his coworkers, all of them.
Wow.
He was the only human on the call. So if you can't trust a live video call with your own boss, what's left to trust?
That is a terrifying thought. From printers not working to not knowing if your boss is a simulation. We need to take a quick break. Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the AI for Career Success podcast, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Okay, so before the break, we were talking about a $25 million deepfake heist. But the book, Governing AI, gets even darker. It moves into biosecurity and weapons.
Yeah, this is where the capability exceeds control part of the title really lands. The book discusses an AI called Megasin.
And this was designed for good, right? To find new medicines.
Exactly. It was optimized to find molecules that were non-toxic, but some researchers flipped a switch. They inverted the goal and told it to optimize for toxicity instead.
How hard was that to do?
That's the scariest part. It wasn't hard at all. Less than 6 hours on a normal computer. It generated 40,000 toxic compounds.
40,000?
Yep. Including things equivalent to VX nerve agent, and also brand new compounds we've never seen before, predicted to be just as deadly.
6 hours?
Yeah.
It completely changes the game.
It democratizes mass destruction, and the governance to stop it is, well, it's just not there. The same goes for autonomous weapons.
The drone in Libya, the Cargo 2.
Yeah.
That actually happened, right?
It did. The UN confirmed it. This drone was hunting targets, but the key detail is that it was operating without a continuous link to a human. It was making its own decisions to engage.
So meaningful human control is already disappearing.
It's gone, in some cases. The decision loop is just too fast for a person. Which brings it all back to Puglisi's main point. If we can't govern a simple hiring algorithm, how do we think we can govern a lethal drone?
Okay, I am sufficiently concerned. So please tell me the book offers a solution.
It does, and it comes from a kind of unexpected place. The world of chess.
Chess.
Yeah. After Garry Kasparov lost to the computer Deep Blue, he realized something. The best chess player in the world wasn't a human, and it wasn't a computer.
It was a human plus a computer, the Centaur model.
Exactly. Collaborative intelligence. Puglisi builds a whole framework on that idea called HAIA Requinen.
That's a lot of letters.
It is. But the main idea is what he calls checkpoint-based governance. You don't just let the AI run wild from start to finish. You build in mandatory points where a human has to step in, check the work, and give the okay to proceed.
So you're forcing accountability back into the process.
You're putting speed bumps in place to keep the human in charge. The book itself, Governing AI, was written using this exact framework.
Wait, really? The book we're talking about now?
The very one. He wrote it in 6 weeks, working with 5 different AI models at the same time. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of them.
5 AIs. How did that even work?
Through his checkpoint system, there were 28 human checkpoints where he had to approve things, but he also did something he calls preserved dissent.
Preserved dissent. What's that?
It means that when the AIs disagreed with him or with each other, he didn't hide it. He documented the disagreement right there in the text.
Oh, that's smart.
Right.
Because AI usually just tries to agree with you.
Right. It forces a higher level of truth.
Yeah.
He's basically proving his own point. You can have speed and safety, but only if you have a rigorous human-led process. The book is the proof of concept.
So what's the big takeaway for all of us listening? How do we apply this?
I think it's that idea of preserved dissent. When you use AI in your job, don't just accept the smooth final answer. Ask it to critique itself. Get a second AI to critique the first one. And don't hide the messy parts.
Because good governance means documenting where things don't add up, not forcing a fake consensus.
Exactly. Puglisi says we can't wait for a catastrophe to prove we need these rules. We have to practice now on the small things like writing an email or analyzing a report. We have to build that muscle memory.
Because if we can't govern the small stuff,
We won't survive the big stuff. And for your career, honestly, the people who win won't be the ones letting AI run on autopilot.
they'll be the ones who accidentally wire millions to a deepfake.
Or worse, the winners will be the people who master this kind of human-directed AI collaboration. The future belongs to the pilots, not the passengers.
A perfect way to put it. This has been a really thought-provoking look at governing AI. A little scary, but it offers a path forward. Thank you for listening to the AI for Career Success podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.